What's up, everybody? We are back with the Magic and Andrew MMA Betting Show, episode 56, the first pay-per-view of 2023. We've got Jamal Hill taking on Glover Teixeira. But before we do that, as always, we're going to start from the bottom of the card, best fight odds order for those of you who want to follow along. Magic, as always, kick us off. We have Simon Oliveira taking on Daniel Marcos. What do you got on this one?
Yeah, this guy Marcos, I think he's bad. Like, no disrespect, but I don't think he's good. I saw him in contenders. I'm not sure, but I think I bet against him. I bet Brandon Lewis, a regional fighter, against him. I thought he was going to be able to wrestle him. He got clipped almost instantly, like hurt bad, and that conditioned the fight in a big way. But I mean, Oliveira is better. He's a kickboxing guy. He has a great guillotine. He's the better grappler, and he can be hit. And this Marcos guy kind of exchanges has some sneaky counters in the middle of exchanges. But Oliveira has never been knocked out and has a ton of Muay Thai experience. I bet him inside the distance. I would rather take inside the distance than his money line. I'm not sure how this is going to look. I think Oliveira snatches a guillotine at some point, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get burnt by the number. You know what I mean? Like Oliveira inside plus 200 has to be a good number. It has to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree with pretty much everything you said. I'm going to have to cut the podcast early today because I'm going to go train with John Jones in Albuquerque. In all seriousness, I like Oliveira too. I hit a few of these openers of this card. I showed it to you, but Oliveira plus 55.
Very fraudulent.
It's like kind of crazy. They Bet Online was giving $5K for each fight. So I mean, I obviously haven't like tracked that or anything. But yeah, I like Oliveira here. I think on the feet, they're pretty close, but I think Oliveira is better. I think Oliveira has the grappling upside. He's fought the better competition. Bit surprised to see the number coming in to like minus 136. If it gets to like minus, my target range, if I hadn't already bet the fight, would be like minus 122 or better. So keep an eye on that. But we're both picking Simon Oliveira here.
Yeah.
Next fight of the night, Josiane Nunes taking on Zara Farron.
This is the main event.
I can't imagine. I was gonna say I can't imagine having any money on this fight, but I have a feeling that you're going to. So why don't you tell us about it?
That's why no one will remember your name. I told you what I was going to do. I'm like, I have to bet fine here, and everyone needs to bet fine here. Even if you lose the bet, like you are going to enjoy having money on this on Sarah Fire, the leader of the free world. Like this other girl. I mean, if we go like skill for skill, I'm not sure about it, but I guess Nunes is better. She's aggressive. She has some power, but she's a literal midget. Like she's a dwarf for featherweight. She should be at bantamweight. And this girl is like Bea Maleki's size, but actually a good athlete. And Maleki has no fucking idea how to use distance. That was one of the funniest knockouts I have ever seen. I watched it the other day. Like Maleki is a bum. That was ridiculous. The knockout was ridiculous. The issue Fire has is she looked good for like a minute against Felicia Spencer, not a great striker or whatever, but Spencer is a true featherweight. And she was doing all right for 1 minute, then got grabbed, taken down, and basically raped. And Megan Anderson did the same, but Nunes doesn't grab it. And is she able to take Fire down if she wants? I don't think so. So this is going to be fought at space, and if she doesn't get like clipped brutally, like Maleki, I think she can win here a decision or even a knockout. Like she punches kind of hard when she gets extended. Like I think this may be the upset of the night, man. Like my point is like I genuinely believe this is going to be like a 50-50 fight, and you have a 5-1 favorite. So you have to put your money here. I think you are actually going to bet it before Saturday. It's one of these I'm going to talk you into.
It's a compelling case. Like on one hand, I feel like Josiane Nunes is going to close the distance and probably.
Thank you. I know. I'm so knowledgeable. Thank you so much.
All right, I'm not saying that. Let's pump the brakes here. I just feel like I don't know. Farron, I definitely would not lay 5-1 on Nunes.
She shouldn't be 5-1 against my grandma. Come on.
I definitely make her the favorite. Like I do think she's going to close the distance, land hard shots. I think she has some finishing upside. But Farron's big. She's long. Like in the fight she lost in the UFC were on the ground, and like you said, Nunes isn't really going to take her down. So I think the line is a little wide. I will give you credit. I doubt I'm gonna actually part ways with my money here.
Hear me out. She's training with Figueiredo too. Like, you know what that means. Fire is going to be on nuclear shit. Like when I had this idea, I was like, okay, let's go with the old Instagram look. Sarah Fire, click, 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 click. She has abs now. Watch out. Hear me out. This is the spot of the night. She has abs now. She's on Figueiredo's camp. Good news. Maybe she comes out on his fucking Floyd Mayweather now, pumping the jab. Jose Nunes doesn't see her all night. 30-27 across the board.
Yeah. Anyway, on to the next fight. Worley Alves taking on Nicholas Dalby. I like the under here. I think that Alves has some finishing upside early. He's got some submission upside early, but he's very open to being hit on the feet. I think Dalby has a significantly better gas tank, so he could put it on him late. I just kind of think this is a fight that finishes a good amount more often than not. What do you think about that, and who are you picking for a side?
Yeah, I have nothing on it. I was thinking to bet Alves inside the distance or submission, but I really don't trust Warley to do anything. And he's also like 37, but I think the sides are Alves and doesn't go, definitely. But Dalby is also, I mean, he kind of sucks, but he kind of looks good against people he shouldn't be looking good against. Like the Rodriguez fight, he clearly won, but I mean, Rodriguez clearly won, but Dalby he wasn't outclassed or anything. And then he has looked very bad against other people that are worse. I wouldn't be surprised if Warley comes out hot and just destroys him or something, but Warley has like 8-9 minutes of solid work before his gas goes, and he's also kind of a head case, so I don't trust him to do anything. If the line was wider, I would play him to finish the fight, but nothing. I will for sure have some Warley inside, Warley moneyline, some stupid parlay, but nothing big here.
Fair enough. Next fight, Ismail Bonfim taking on Terrence McKinney. Terrence McKinney, a -130 favorite. Bonfim, a +110 underdog. Curious to get your thoughts on this one, because is it going to be a banger, not quick knockout either way? Is McKinney going to try to wrestle? Is Bonfim's cardio going to prevail? There's a lot of questions to be answered here, so take a crack at answering them.
There seems to be like two clear currents of thinking regarding McKinney. There are people that think he's like the lightweight John Jones for some reason. People that think he's a fraud. I think he's a super fraud. Like, I don't know what people are seeing in McKinney, because this guy was basically even money 2 years ago in LFA against Bams. Now he's a huge favorite in a lot of UFC fights. He's even money here against a really good fighter. I mean, what is so special about McKinney? You can see the guy is a stupid explosive and a stupid strong. But he has a lot of power, but he has like 3-4 minutes of gas, like literally. He has 4 minutes of gas. It's ridiculous. And this Bonfim guy, if McKinney doesn't kill him in like 3 minutes, he's done. Like, he has nothing for him. This Bonfim guy is good. He's a good boxer, good kicker, good foot movement. I mean, he looks tough as fuck. He put it on this guy at Contenders. I was like shocked how good he looked. I bet against him and I was shocked. I was like, this guy is legit. I like Bonfim here, and I would make him like a -200 minimum. I think McKinney is round 1 early or bust.
Yeah, I agree with you in the sense that McKinney could be. So I think he could be round 1 or bust if he fights that sprint, look for a knockout type of fight. I think if he grapples, though, he could have a path to winning a decision, even as crazy as that sounds, or even like stealing rounds.
I think he grappled this guy that was really bad in the previous fight, and people now think he can grapple. Yeah, he can wrestle. I mean, you can see he has a wrestling background, the way he shoots, and that he's very strong, because he gets some people hips and people go flying. It's ridiculous. Like, the guy must be stupid strong.
And on the ground, he always passes right away too.
Yeah, but he has done that to Fares Thiam and to Sam Bam from Taco Bell. This Bonfim guy has a black belt. Like a legit one.
I'm not saying he's going to submit him, but if he does go for takedowns, I do think there's a possibility he gets them. That being said, I am picking Bonfim to win the fight. I don't trust McKinney to fight smart. I do think Bonfim clearly has the better gas. And one thing I noticed on tape about McKinney is his defense, his striking defense is very, very bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost non-existent.
His chin is bad too.
He relies on his athleticism. He wins a lot of coin flip situations where I feel like that could run out here against Bonfim. So I'm picking Bonfim. It's a hard one to bet for me. I lean Bonfim. I'm not sure if I'll pull the trigger, but I am picking him to win because I feel like McKinney, a lot of it depends on his approach here. So I'm picking Bonfim, and I think you are as well.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's Bonfim the one that smokes him. Like he counters like a motherfucker, and he's super fast, super crisp, super technical. I think he's the better striker. And I agree with the chat. McKinney is super 70 IQ, and his Twitter should be taken down. It's the worst Twitter account. Like it used to be Dustin Poirier, but now the worst fighter account on Twitter is Terrence McKinney by far. The guy is an idiot. Also, why is he all the time? Maybe we have talked about this before. Why is he all the time pretending that he's a drug recovery addict or something? You know what I mean? Because he was.
I don't know. I don't remember what his story is. I think he was right.
I mean, I think he was like running naked through a garden or something once, and the police detained him or tased him or something. I don't know. But he's like, I mean, he acts like he's Jared Gordon. You know what I mean? Jared Gordon is a junkie, almost died. Now he helps people. McKinney just had a bad trip on mushrooms or something, and he pretends he's a survivor or something.
Yeah, I don't really know the story there. I do like him though. I feel like he's a fun fighter to watch. Like obviously every fight he's in so far has been a blast. So hopefully this one is too. Cody Stamann taking on Lucerita. This is another one where I smashed minus 150 Stamann at the opener. Like obviously that line isn't a real line, but that's my opinion on the fight is Stamann should roll here. I feel like Lucerita's only path to victory is a submission. I do think Stamann's the better wrestler on the feet. I think he's going to crack Lucerita. I actually like the under 2.5. I bet it earlier today at plus 193. I think that should be closer to evens because I do feel like Lucerita's win condition, or at least a big part of it, is a submission. I think if he gets stuck on the feet, Stamann knocks him out at a pretty high clip. I was looking back at Stamann's record, going through his tape, and a lot of the guys he fought, like, it's like, is he really going to finish Marab, Yadong Song? Like he's fought some serious guys that are hard to finish. And if you look at his last two fights, they were both quick finishes. I think this fight falls more into the category of like a Eddie Wineland. I'm not saying like he's skill wise similar to Eddie Wineland, but I don't think he's like on that tier of Yadong Song or Marab or he even fought like Sterling, like guys like that who are like really, really difficult to finish. So I like the under here, and I like Stamann at the opener.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit. I ended up doing what I told you. Like I bet Lacerda by submission. It's what I told you. I'm not sure how we are going to get there, but I think he's going to get the fight down. And on the mat, like the jiu-jitsu discrepancy in this fight is gross. Like this guy Lacerda is a legit black belt. I think he has been a black belt for almost 10 years or something like that. You can see the guy is a shark on the mat. And Stamann, the only guy with great jiu-jitsu he fought outside of Nurmagomedov, who insta-shoot him, was Sterling, and Sterling raped him on the mat. Yeah, I could see Stamann playing it safe or something. I think what you said about the under or the doesn't go, I like that. I think that's a good angle because maybe Lacerda gas is bad if he cannot get it to the ground or something, and Stamann is aggressive in that case. But I think he's going to be able to get the fight down. I don't know. A reactive shot or catch a kick. Stamann sucks at that. He gets out of kicks catch, in my opinion. I think he's going to be able to eventually get the fight down. And like if this guy gets on top of Stamann, I think he's getting choked. He's real good. Like this guy's a menace on the mat. I really like him. On the feet and his wrestling average. I could also see a fight where like Stamann is like scared of giving him an opening to change levels, and it becomes a tepid fight on the feet, and Lacerda kind of volume kicks and is longer. I could see Stamann losing an awkward decision in Brazil, but I think it's going to end inside the distance.
Interesting. Okay. Next fight, Jailton Almeida taking on Shamil Abir. I think we've broken this down before, like at least twice. So I think we should skip this one if that's all right with you.
Yeah, Jailton is going to go out. Like I don't know, get this other human down, smash him, maybe knock him out if he refuses to get choked, and then sign the national anthem, get out, 50K, and get another fight booked. Like I think I have nothing but Almeida by knockout. I have been burnt by this a couple times. He almost knocked out the Pleasure Man, but he ended up getting the choke in the end. The Pleasure Man. Close fight. Could have gone either way. The Pleasure Man was right. Close fight. But Yeah, Abdurakimov is a guy that usually gets pounded out. I think he's too fast to roll. You know what I mean? When you get like really flattened and you have to give your back because you are like, oh, I don't want to get punched anymore, and people like give up the neck. Abdurakimov is like too fat to roll. He's like a seal. I think maybe Almeida goes gorilla on him. This is an elite breakdown, I know.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Almeida by knockout is sneaky. I may do it. I have nothing right now, but yeah, Almeida round 1 should be Almeida round 1. If Abdurakimov wins it in Brazil, he beats Jailton Almeida, I'm going to lose my mind.
In this scenario, did you mistake me for Volkanovski, or did you think I looked like his opponent? I can't tell. I've never gotten the Volkanovski comparison before. I've gotten Michael Chandler
Michael Chandler.
and
You always tell this one, and I don't see it, like, bro. Michael Chandler.
there's one more. I forget who it was, but I don't agree with it. But I definitely don't see Volkanovski.
No, I don't either.
Yeah, I mean, my breakdown for you look like Volk. Okay. My breakdown for this fight is Jailton, however he wants.
That's going to be my official prediction. Almeida via Donkey Kong ground and pound, like 2 hands,
like
he does
Romanov.
like this. Yeah, the Donkey Kong ground and pound.
This next one, this is me and your main event because we have very differing opinions on this. Amir Lazzez taking on Gabriel Bonfim. I like Lazzez here. You like Bonfim. I'll say my piece real quick and then pass it to you. But I think this fight should be like a pick'em or slight favorite Lazzez. I think on the feet, it's very competitive. Lazzez, 4-inch reach advantage, good kickboxer, good volume. I think Lazzez is the better wrestler. He's fought better competition. I think that Bonfim is good. I just think Lazzez is like a legit good UFC fighter. So I don't get making him a plus 150 underdog here. Pick'em would be fine. Slight favorite Lazzez would be fine. But I know you have a different opinion. So tell us.
This is true though. In that pic I posted, you look like a young Islam Makhachev.
Okay, these are interesting.
Yeah, I think this is like the hipster pick of the week. We get one every card, and people for some reason have planted their flag on Lazzez.
That is not true.
Yeah, there is one every week where all people suddenly take a stance and this is the spot, this is it. Oh, Munir Lazzez, the greatest coming of Jesus Christ, the second coming of Jesus Christ.
I'm on Bet MMA right now, and there's an equal amount of bets on Lazzez as there is on.
Why are you ruining my breakdown?
Just saying, like you're creating a big story.
I think both Bonfim brothers are the real deal, and I think this is the most talented of the two. This guy is real good. He's a shark on the mat. As I said for the Stamann fight, the discrepancy on the mat in this fight is brutal. If Lazzez gets taken down, he's getting choked fast. And Bonfim, like, he's very good everywhere, but he takes a lot of stupid risks in the pocket, something like that. But I really like his fighting contenders. I thought he fought stupid, and he still won convincingly, in my opinion. He took risks, and that it's a fight that stylistically is similar to Lazzez in the sense of the opponent is tall, rangy, whatever. I really like how he moves in the pocket, power both hands, counters both hands, how he invades the space. And Lazzez has a tendency to do this. He's striking, blah, blah, and he gets out doing this with his hips because he's so low. He's doing this all the time, and this guy is going to invade the pocket and fucking clip him. If he's still there and not choked out, I mean. I think Bonfim has finished like 100% finishing rate, so yeah, Bonfim inside the distance. For me, I think it's going to be, how do you say this? A statement performance. Yeah, statement performance.
Square pick.
John, Lazzez is going to land a couple low kicks, so you can say it was bad.
This is Lazzez's 4th fight in the UFC. This is Bonfim's debut. Thank you for the donation, as always. Let's see what we got. I don't pay attention to that public versus whatever the betting splits. You make your pick, you get the best number, and then you move on. Gregory Rodriguez taking on Bruno Ferreira. I kind of feel like Rodriguez has a minus 1,000 path here if he grapples, but he doesn't always seem to want to do that. I do favor him on the feet as well, but Ferreira kind of seems like a round 1 KO or bust type guy in the spot. And yeah, I mean Rodriguez seems like crazy durable, so I have a hard time imagining him getting knocked out here. Do you think that Ferreira can knock him out, or you think that this is a good fight for Gregory?
I think Robocop should grapple, but I think he's not going to do it. So good luck. I'm not touching the fight. I wouldn't be surprised or shocked if he gets knocked out. Ferreira has finished all his fights. He has some good jiu-jitsu too, and he punches very, very hard. The guy is a tank. You can see he's on crazy juice too. Like he's like the quinta essential middleweight Brazilian. You know what I mean? All Brazilian middleweights are like permutations of Vitor Belfort. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is like the turtle version one. Yeah, I think Rodriguez ends up in a war where both people get rocked and he ends up winning on stupid hardware like he always does, and people are like, oh yeah, Robocop minus 300, easy money, never in doubt. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good fight. It's a pass for me. Like
Cool.
Robocop is like I was going to say embarrassing, not embarrassing. How do you say this? Like he breaks my heart. He has a legitimately path to be a very good fighter. He has it all. He has power, great physicality, great grappling, but he apparently is fucking stupid. But
I mean,
he could be on a good run here. Like he's just good.
he would be 5-0. He would be 5-0 if he wrestled against Petrosyan.
And he won that fight, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Also, but I wouldn't be shocked if he dies. Like people seem to forget that Young Park, the Iron Turtle, has Robocop like dancing. So yeah, we will see. Want nothing to do with this fight.
Yeah. Speaking of wanting to have nothing to do with this fight, Shogun Rua taking on Ihor Poteria. This fight's a pass for me. I'm picking Ihor to win because I would pick anyone with a heartbeat against Shogun at this point. I have no interest in betting him at minus 200, so this is a stay away spot for me. Do you have the courage to bet on Shogun here, or you think that Ihor is going to get it done?
My first thoughts when this got announced was like, they are really going to get an Ukrainian to knock out Shogun in his retirement fight in Brazil. Come on, man, give me a break. I think he's going to get knocked out, but I'm not. I mean, it's not even plus money. I think Poitiera inside the distance is like minus 130 or something like that, or minus 120. I want nothing to do with the fight. Yeah, pass. Maybe if he's not dying, a live entry on Shogun could be there. I'm rooting for Shogun. Pass.
Okay. Thiago Moises taking on Mel Quizel Costa. I laid the chalk on Moises here. I bet him minus 300. I think this is like a big time levels fight. Moises, big grappling advantage, big strength of competition advantage. I think he's the better striker. I think he's more powerful. He's stronger. I think he just has Costa covered here. And I was going to make a joke that you would like, but I'll refrain. What do you like in this fight?
Go ahead, make a joke.
No.
It was about his skin tone or something.
Maybe.
I know a guy that had that problem, but he only had it in the leg. He was also a kickboxer too. I don't know. It's called. Do you know how it's called?
Do I know what?
How that is called? Like that condition.
No.
It's called vitiligo here. I'm not sure how to say it in English. You start looking like a Pokemon. I think. I mean, this guy. I actually watched one of his fights live in one of those LFA Brazil cards. The one he lost by decision. He's a guy that has a lot of heart, but not as much talent as heart. You know what I mean? Like, he's not really good. He's like one of these borderline UFC level fighters that you can give the shot, but he's not going to go anywhere. And he takes a lot of stupid decisions during the fights. Like, this is 100% a guy that is going to go in there and be like, wow, there is an opportunity for me to go for a leg. I'm going to heel hook Thiago Moises. This is that guy. This is that guy. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Harry.
I think Moises can grapple this guy. I think he's going to take his back and choke him out. I think this is a levels fight. Moises is better than people realize, I think. Like, he's a good fighter. He just happened to fight Makhachev and then Joel Alvarez in a row.
Yeah. From a betting perspective, is there anything you like?
Yeah, I think he's going to choke him out. But you are not paying attention. You are watching something on TV. What are you watching? Tell the people.
I'm reading the comments.
Now you are watching something over the screen. People know.
Next fight, we've got Johnny Walker versus Paul Craig. What a fight.
I got you.
I don't even know what to say about this one. Like, either Johnny Walker gets a knockout or he gets submitted. Is that fair to say that we could cross the other two outcomes off the board?
I think this is going to be like the ultimate stupid fight. Like the culmination of Paul Craig's career, which is a fucking meme. You see the people he has. I mean, Paul Craig has wins over Jamal Hill by finish, fighting for the belt today. He finished Ankalaev, just fought for the belt. He has finished good people. Then he loses to fucking Bounce, like Manifield and all those people. But I don't know how this is going to look back, because if you are Johnny Walker or Johnny Walker's trainer and you have a brain, you go like, Johnny, don't grapple, stay close to him and fucking bonk him. Like, be Johnny Walker, but John Kavanagh is in the corner, so watch out. Johnny Walker may roll an Imanari or something. I have the suspicion that Johnny Walker is going to try to point fight here. You know what I mean? Like he did against Hill or something. Yeah, he's a fucking idiot. I don't know. I wouldn't even play doesn't go. I have nothing on the fight. If I were to play something, I would play Paul Craig inside the distance. My official prediction is going to be Paul Craig by knockout somehow, because Walker cannot take a punch. Paul Craig by a spinning back fist. Yeah, I think that's solid. No, I'm passing. You see, I just said I got nothing on the fight. Stop watching TV, Andrew.
I'm not.
I have nothing, but if I had gun to my head, I would pick Craig inside the distance. I think that's the best price.
Yeah, so would I from a betting perspective, because I mean, he's not going to win a decision and he submits everyone. I mean, FanDuel has a plus 340 on submission. I think that's not bad. Andrade versus Murphy. I will say real quick, I am picking Walker from just like a picks perspective, but Andrade versus Murphy, I think Andrade is going to get it done here. Warranted big price tag. I think she's going to walk Murphy down. Murphy pushing 48 years old. She's going to turn later this year. I just think that she doesn't have the power to keep Andrade off of her. I think sooner or later Andrade is going to get inside and get it done. What do you think?
Bro, how is this a real comment? the rip one.
Who?
This WW guy.
Yeah, I'm not putting that up.
Don't put that up, but yeah, that's funny. Yeah, close fight. Could go either way. I saw, just before we did the podcast, I saw this video of Lauren Murphy Media Day, and she's like up there. She's 40, looks 60, and she's talking how she's going to take over the division and top 5 and fighting for the belt again. And I was there sitting like thinking, Andrade is going to fucking butter you like a fucking body bag. Like, I would be surprised if Murphy lasts more than a round. This is a mismatch. The last time she fought someone with power, Valentina knocked her out by accident. Like, Valentina didn't want to knock her out. That was an accident. She was like carrying her. And Murphy just beat 75-year-old Misha Tate coming down in weight after 2 kids. And now she has to fight Jessica Andrade. I mean, this is a setup by the UFC. The UFC wants Andrade to kill her, and that's it. Like, Andrade finishing the fight is, I think, it's my biggest spot of the card.
I like it. Gilbert Burns taking on Neil Magny. I think this is a good layup fight for Gilbert. I think he's going to take Magny down and maul him, for lack of a better term. I think he could finish. I think he could win in a 30-27 decision. Even on the feet, I feel like the leg kicks of Burns could kill Magny, but I don't think this fight plays out on the feet. I think Burns gets the grappling going. I think he rolls here. I just don't know if I favor finish or decision. Kind of feel similarly about the Andrade Murphy fight. I feel like they both dominate, but not really planting my flag on a decision or a finish. I assume you think Burns is going to win. Do you think he gets it done inside the distance?
Yeah, I think my boy Gilbert here by like whatever he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Magny doesn't look good lately. When he wins fights, it's because he's fighting someone that doesn't know how to grapple, and he just hacks them from behind to win 2 rounds and get a fucking split. Like, That's what he did to Rodriguez. In that fight against Daniel Rodriguez, he also looked like petrified about getting hit. Like every time he got hit, he reacted like he had been shot. I mean, Gilbert is going to do whatever he wants. The left kick is going to be there. He has brutal low kicks. The overhand is going to be there. The left hook is going to be there. He's faster, more powerful. And like, what is this guy going to do to an ADCC winner? Like, Gilbert is going to take him down, pass. Every time he fights a good grappler, he gets submitted. I think Gilbert is going to like do whatever he wants. He's going to salute the crowd while on his back.
Like Ben Askren against the Russian.
Yeah, that was actually impressive. At that time, he was undefeated. This guy's, I mean, he was better. After that, he became much better, but he was a good fighter. I forgot his name. The guy that fought Douglas Lima.
Konchenko?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. He beat Douglas Lima, then got knocked out. Then the third time, Lima knocked him out again. The guy with the most brutal ground and pound in the history of the sport. I'm a big fan.
Koreshkov.
Yeah, Andrei Koreshkov.
I was close with the K name.
Kunchenko.
It's all the same. Main event time. Jamal Hill taking on Glover Teixeira. I'm picking Jamal Hill to win here. I think
you suck.
I think you have to. I mean, he's way faster, finishing upside on the feet. Even if Glover does get him down, which I don't think Glover's a great wrestler. I think he's a decent wrestler.
Sorry to interrupt you. You think Darko Stosic?
What?
Sorry again. You think Darko Stosic is a better wrestler than Glover?
No, but I do think.
Do you think Thiago Santos is a better grappler or wrestler than Glover?
Not really, but he's probably less of a liability on the feet.
They got him down 6 times.
Yeah, over 5 rounds. And I mean, he wasn't really – he got him down 6 times and still lost.
Yeah, but Glover only needs once.
Does he, though? Like, I don't feel like it's insta-tap on the mat. I could see Hill working back up. I could see Hill retaining guard throughout the round. I mean, he's not like a fish on the mat. Yeah,
the comment section is like burning you, and they are right. You're a creonte, like in jiu-jitsu.
Oh shit! The co-main they didn't have it on Best Fight Odds. We could do that next.
I mean, I was watching the fight the other day, the Glover versus Jiri, and even watching on a rewatch and knowing that Glover loses the fight, it feels shocking that in the end he loses the fight. Like, I don't know how that happened, cost me a lot of money, but I think Jiri is a stupid athlete and he's massive, and he got out of a lot of positions that were the fight. Hill is not going to do that. He's much smaller, not the same athlete. Historically, Glover gets on top of people and fucks them up. I think Santos got him down 6 times with single legs easily. Glover has a great single leg. He's a better grappler. And Hill gives up his back every time he gets up. When Glover goes to that position, people don't get up. Like, he puts a hook in, he lays on top of you, and that's it. You're going down with him. I think Glover is going to get on top and kill him. Of course, Hill is a good fighter. I mean, he's fast, powerful, a bit one-dimensional, but he's crisp. I mean, he's mean too. You know what I mean? He goes for it every time. I like him as a fighter. He's a bad motherfucker. I don't like him as a character, but I really like him as a fighter. He's a bad guy. He wants to hurt people, and he's in the right business for that. I think Glover is going to be too much. Wouldn't be shocked if Glover gets like knocked out. He's 40-something. Maybe he looks old suddenly, but he looks in better shape than for the last fight. So yeah, I think Glover is going to win. Wouldn't be surprised if he has to survive an early scare or something either. But it's Glover. He will. I mean, it's Glover. He will get it done, bro. It's Glover. Once more into the fray with Glover.
I would like to endorse this friendly reminder. Click the like button, guys. We're about to break down Moreno versus Figueiredo 4. We've got 180 live viewers right now. Appreciate each and every one of you. Magic, I know that you've been on Davison the first 3 times they've fought. I can only assume that you will be again here. Is that
I'm going to let you start here. Because
I had such a nice setup and you had to ruin it. That was like a perfect intro.
I always have to start, and you steal all my takes. Once I have already told you, are like, oh yeah.
I'm picking Moreno. You know that.
You are picking Moreno?
Of course.
Oh, Andrew with all the bad takes today. What does the chat think? Why are you picking Moreno? In Brazil? Moreno in Brazil as
Do
a
you want to go
favorite?
first, or do you want me to go first?
What do you mean?
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go
Go
first?
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So just to back up, I'm not some like big Moreno truther. I didn't bet the first fight. I bet Moreno the second fight. I didn't bet the third fight. Fourth fight, I think Moreno's going to win. He's 29 years old. Figueiredo's 35 years old. That cut definitely is not getting easier for Figueiredo. He's had trouble getting down to 125 in the past. Can't imagine it's getting easier as he gets into his mid 30s, which is very, very old for one of the lightest weight classes. Moreno, the more active fighter, he's fought since the last fight against Figueiredo. Figueiredo has not. In all three of their fights, Moreno has outlanded him at distance. In two of the three fights, he's scored more control time. So Moreno, the better minute winner here. I have to favor him, especially Figueiredo being inactive, coming down to 125 again at 35 years old. I think Moreno is hitting his prime, and I think Figueiredo is probably on the back end. So the pick is Moreno for me. I don't mind the under 4.5. Let me see what that line is. I haven't bet it, but I was looking at it. Yeah, plus 125, plus 130. I feel like the last time it was like minus 150. They both land a ton of shots, so I don't mind the under 4.5. The pick is Moreno.
Like the lies. That's a bunch of malarkey. Okay, you like set up this narrative. I'm going to show people the other side.
Okay, yeah, that's the whole point of this.
Like there are times in MMA betting Twitter or in MMA betting in general that people like I said with the hipster pick of the week, that people like plant their flags. You know what I mean? And they are not moving the flag, whatever happened. Like we have seen this fight happen 3 times already, like 3 times, and Davidson has won like quite clearly 2 times over 25 minutes. I don't give a fuck about Jason Hurst taking a point, blah blah blah, Joe Rogan, whatever they want to say. He clearly won at least 3 rounds, both in fight 1 and in fight 3. But everyone is telling the same bullshit, like, oh, Moreno is the better minute winner, he can win more rounds, cardio, blah blah. I don't see it. Like, where has Davison faded? Because he beat the shit out of him for 25 minutes the first time, and he beat the shit out of him for a lot of time in the third one too. Like, he hurt him a lot of times. And also, how is he the better round winner when Davison clearly has the power edge? Like, he won the third fight because he blasted Moreno in the third, I think, or the fourth, and stole the round. How many times has he knocked down Moreno over these 3 fights? At least 4 or 5. Has hurt him multiple times. And Moreno won the second, yeah, right. But he looked death on the scale. Like Davison looked fucked up on the scale for the second fight, and then looked bad in the fight. But it wasn't like Moreno's taking over late, like people are saying. They just exchanged, and Moreno got the better of it, and then finished him. I think Davison is the better fighter.
Do you think there's any shot that Figueiredo looks worse than he did being 35 now, having not competed in a year?
No, because this is in Brazil.
What does that have to do with anything?
People are very naive and think that it is impossible to be in Brazil and bribe someone from the local commission who works with USADA to not pee after the fight or something like that. People are really naive. Don't be surprised if all Brazilians suddenly look like Mike Tyson on Saturday. But yeah, I think he looks great. I have seen pics of him. He's on all the roads. I love it. When I bet on someone, I want to see vascularity. Yeah, I actually think he's going to finish Moreno. I think fight ends by submission plus 350 is probably the best bet on the fight. Fight ends by submission plus 350.
What do you think about the under 4.5 at plus 125?
Yeah, I lean under. Doesn't go. I prefer doesn't go, but I lean under.
Yeah.
If they are at like moderate pace, like the third one, they still hurt each other. Davison hurt him like 3 times. He had him hurt bad, and he also had him in a deep choke to end one round. Like if there was 30 more seconds, he finishes the fight by submission, the third one. He had it on a full, I think it was an anaconda or a Dars. Anaconda, I think. I think he's going to submit Moreno. Hurt him and submit him, but I wouldn't be shocked if he gets clipped and submitted himself. I'm picking Davison by finish.
Cool. So we differ there. Want to get into the Lambo parlays?
Yeah. Let me check. I bet some, but I don't remember what I bet. I didn't bet a lot of the generate shit lately. I'm too busy with the NFL. Cowboys, baby. Do you remember we said the Cowboys here last episode?
Yeah.
with some mauling. Back on the boys. Woo! You can go ahead if you want with the degenerate parlay.
I'm still making mine.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I played this already. Barnes versus Magny fight ends by submission because the price was close to Barnes by submission. So Magny versus Barnes fight ends by submission. Moises versus Costa fight ends by submission, and Teixeira inside the distance. 500 to return 9,375. I played that.
I'm just finishing this out.
Yeah, this guy said disappointed in you, Magic. 49ers roll this weekend. Yeah, I'm so sorry to have disappointed you. Can you imagine what is going to happen with Mika when Mika Parsons like jumps on poor Brock Purdy, who is like half his size?
I'm restarting this. The odds weren't good enough. Keep talking.
Yeah, Eubanks versus Smith. Is this Joel Williams from Australia or another Joel Williams? I was going to post that later. I'm going to play. I think Eubank is going to finish him because Smith is one of my favorite boxers ever, but he gets hit too much. He only knows one way how he boxes face first pace, and he's tailor made for Eubank.
All right, this is lame, but it's the best I could do. Craig submission, Andrade finish, Moreno finish, and Hill knockout. 100 to win 6,500.
You always set yourself up for failure in the last leg. That's going to be painful. You know, when you have hit everything and then Glover lands the single leg, like lifts him up, turns the corner like Cormier said, and he's on top, and you are, oh no, Jamal, get up, please. And Glover is pounding on him. Okay, that's another Joel Williams.
Yeah, that wasn't my best one, but FanDuel didn't have.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Joel. Like, Liam is one of my favorite boxers ever. I think he's going to get fucked up.
Okay, you started talking about the boxing. I'm just catching up on the comments here.
Yeah, if someone has a question or anything, this was a short pod again. Because as you can see, Andrew is losing interest in the pod. He's watching TV while we do this.
I was making the parlay, dude. I mean, we both agree on the Ngannou news. I think
I said last episode. I said, and I quote, "Nah, Ngannou is not going anywhere." But I was told like a lot of months ago, and I tweeted it that Ngannou had been paid, that all this had been sorted. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was for only one fight, but someone that I trust told me that Ngannou had resigned with the UFC. I was surprised.
Look, the people asked. Let me go on pro boxing.
Talk about Gervonta for 20 minutes, please.
Yeah, I mean, I've had my eye on that one set to take place on March 29th. Minus 240 it's just not wide enough. I think he should be like minus 400. I think the KO prop is worth a shot too. Yeah, that's a good one. What else? I'm just looking at the board right now.
Yeah, I tweeted that. That's a massive fight. You probably don't even know them. Probably you know it because I talk about him all the time, but that's a massive fight, Gombas.
Which one?
That fight.
In OU and Fulton?
Yeah. Not for
pound number one.
Inoue is the best boxer by far.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to hear people say that Canelito was the best boxer for like 2 years. Like, it's ridiculous.
Well, it's Gervonta Davis and then him probably.
Bro, Gervonta's going to lose.
No, he's not.
If he loses to that white boy, he cannot go back to Baltimore, I think.
What else is on the boxing odds?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Dude, Jake Paul is going to beat Tommy Fury for sure.
I don't know, man. I think that's a close fight. They both suck. Like, they both absolutely suck.
Maybe I'll parlay that, Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. That'd be like even money.
I think Jake Paul is going to be like minus 130 or something like that.
He's minus 220 right now.
Jake Paul is minus 220.
See,
I mean,
I'm more
Tommy
well
Fury is not
versed
a
in
professional
boxing.
boxer. Yeah, you said last week that Gervonta was going to be a pick and fight.
I think it'll close closer to a pick 'em for sure. But I'm like looking at the line right now.
You have been monitoring this line for months now, right?
I have been. Like in the beginning, Davis opened minus 260, and then a little bit of Garcia money came in, but I think it's gonna go even more when the fight gets closer.
How much are honestly? How much are you going to bet on Davis?
10,000.
That you are lying.
No, I'm not.
You're going to bet 10,000 on Davis? I have seen you place like decent size bet. You have seen me too, but I don't think you're going to do it like 10,000 on Davis. I don't think so.
Why?
Especially after me, your personal boxing expert told you not to do it.
Yeah, like normally I would listen, but you don't understand. I had this one mapped
I see
out.
something here, right?
I've had this one mapped out for like 2 years. I forget who Davis was fighting like 2 years ago. He was fighting some bum and he got rocked, and I was like, oh man, his defense just isn't there. Like it just takes one from Gervonta.
You mean Garcia?
No, it just takes one from Gervonta to not.
You mean
Yeah,
that you're watching him fight and he got rocked, like he got.
yeah. What
I know
fight
what you
was
mean.
that? You know what I'm talking about?
Luke Campbell.
Yeah, I mean, come on,
Yeah,
you would beat
Olympic
me,
gold
man.
medalist.
But he was on skates, bro. Like I was worried
Yeah, he
about
got
him.
him. I bet Campbell that fight. He was plus 200 or something.
I thought the Garcia fade was gonna be dead
You
after
realize
that.
that like the size of Luke Campbell? I think he could put his balls on Gervonta's forehead like Conor said. Like Campbell is taller than me. I
That's
think.
hilarious.
Ryan Garcia is taller than me, I think. And I'm not small. And Gervonta is like, have you seen the Lord of the Rings? He's like
No,
this tall. You could pet him.
you could bet. What do you think on KSI as a boxer?
I have not seen his fights. I have seen his knockouts, and he doesn't look horrible, but he's fighting guys that are worse than him. I mean, all these people, even Jake Paul, what is he fighting at light heavyweight, right? Any top 30 light heavyweight in the world would not beat Jake Paul, like destroy him, humiliate him, like fuck him up royally. He's not a good boxer.
It's a good take. Yeah, he could look. I hope he looks jacked. I hope he brings the line down.
I think he's kind of a fraud, and against good boxers his size he's going to lose, but I think he's going to win this fight. And at plus 200, this is going to be the bet, Andre. Ryan Garcia. He's fast and he's big.
I think we need to do a podcast for that fight. Maybe like a
We
live
should.
stream.
Yeah, watch stream live too.
That'd be fun. I'll be like shadow boxing in my bedroom.
Don't get me wrong, I really like Davis. He's a really good boxer, and he's a dog. He goes for it, and when he has to bite on the mouthpiece, he does it. Like he's from Baltimore, bro. He's from the hood, but I think this is a bad line for a tall order.
I think they're gonna go. I just
Bowl
think he clips him. I really do. I've seen it. I've envisioned this in my head so many times.
It's not going to be a fight like with exchanges or anything. It's going to be like pops all the time, like Garcia jabbing and Davis trying to close the distance.
Garcia's going to throw a jab and he's going to slip out to the right and hit him with a left uppercut. It's going to be good night.
Bro, that's an impossible move.
No, it's not.
I don't know. Maybe you should do a recreation.
Because Davis is a lefty, right? He fights lefty. And
I see you have looked deep into the fight.
So if Garcia jabs with his left
this
hand,
guy goes like this guy goes like I've been monitoring this fight for months, and then he goes, Davis is a lefty, right?
For years.
Yeah, he's a lefty, bro.
I'm gonna tape it again just to be sure, but all right, what else?
Just to make sure that's going to be the finishing combo. Yeah, Super Bowl futures, bro. I hit every future. 8 remaining. I got all 3 in.
Solid. What else do we got? That's a smart man right there. It's a good bet. I had Jalen Hurts MVP at like crazy
No,
odds.
let it go already. That happened already. Let it go. I told. What did I told? What did I tell you? I
You
was
were
like,
trying to say that Mahomes, you didn't predict an injury.
for once, like I was trying to not be the degenerate of the two. Like for once, I tried to be the voice of the reason. I was like, Andrew, put 5,000 on Mahomes, and you win. I was thinking Mahomes was going to win it every either way, but I was like, Andrew, place 5,000 on Mahomes, take 5,000 profit, and Andrew was like, no, oh, Jalen Hurts, ooh, he's Joe Montana with an Eagles uniform. See, you got greedy there.
I did get a little greedy there. I think Jan's gonna win.
Yeah,
but Jan just like consistently lets people down. So
I knew this was coming. Like I literally tweeted it after they adjusted the rankings. Like the UFC saw that Merab versus Aldo fight, and there was probably an emergency meeting. Like, how do we get rid of fucking Merab? This turned into a problem because this guy cannot sell a fucking ticket. And someone was like, "Hey, boss, Piotr Jan." And then I was like, "Oh, great idea! 5-rounder against Piotr Jan, and we get rid of him."
We'll talk about this one in March. We talked about the Walker fight. I don't know what this message means.
No, and I'm not going to do it. Only NFTs I got. I think most are a scam. I got like 5 or 6 Topurias I got from the UFC, and I haven't even logged in months. When he becomes the champion, I will look and see how much that is worth. I think Holloway.
I think Ortega.
I mean, all of them. I mean, not the easiest, but the best in terms of overall, like make him a superstar, all that.
Oh, I meant like the easiest fight.
I think he bonks Holloway bad. Yeah, the easiest has to be Ortega. Like a civilian could put hands on Ortega.
Maybe that's what it sounds like, but we'll see. Who even knows at this point?
Caleb Plant, that's a good fight too. Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez. You have that one on your radar too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any takes?
I feel like Caleb Plant probably gets it done, but I don't know if I have a bet or not.
You don't even know who the other guy is.
Yeah, what's his name? Joseph Benavidez, like the flyweight.
No, that's the UFC guy. Yeah, I think he's going to lose against Benavidez, but he has a lot of cojones to take that fight. Caleb Plant. The winner gets to fight Canelo.
Well, I've seen Simon Oliveira take people down and grapple them, and I have seen Marcos taken down and grappled.
He for sure can get a body lock and take him down. Davis. Bro, yeah, Davis. I mean, Ryan Garcia is stupid in the way that he's like an asshole, you know. Davis is slow, like actually slow. You remember
he's got that dog in him.
You have probably seen this because I posted it, the Rolly Romero press conference versus
That's
Davis.
so funny, dude.
That was incredible.
Didn't you bet on him?
Bro, he was dog walking Davis. Rolly Romero. The streets won't forget Rolly. He's the best. He was like, yeah, I'm going to knock him out, bro. And he went up there and he was doing it. Like he was winning the fight. I don't give a fuck what the judges were saying. I had him up on points. He got caught, but yeah. Rolly Romero. The streets won't forget.
I personally think Fury is a very overrated boxer, but I think that he would kill Ngannou.
This is not competitive. And Fury is an overrated boxer, but this is not competitive.
All right. I just want to say one more thing before we leave. Gervonta Davis is 28-0 as a pro, and I see nothing in Ryan Garcia that's going to change that. So on that note, thank you all for tuning in.
What have you said?
I said Gervonta Davis is 28-0 as a professional boxer. I don't see anything Ryan Garcia that's going to change that. And on that note, let's enjoy UFC 283. Let's make some money. We will be back for the next card.
Not a good look. Let me tell you. You come here and pick Moreno, Jamal Hill, and Gervonta Davis. No, I don't know what people are going to think of this, but your good guy persona may be gone.
3-0. I should parlay them all.
0 for 3.
3 for 3.
That parlay would go 0 for 3.
No, that'd be a good one. I mean, I don't know. In all seriousness, I'm not betting a hill unless like it was a pick 'em or dog money. But Moreno maybe and Gervonta for the limit.
Moreno
Um,
maybe.
I misread the Moreno line. I thought he was going to be the underdog, and so I didn't take it at like plus 100. And I'm not going to like take it now and get the worst of the
Oh,
line.
you may be forgetting that Steve had Moreno right where he wanted.
No, he did not.
Yeah, he did, bro. And I bet Moreno. I bet Moreno inside the distance. And I was like, this is not catching. Like, this is not fucking catching. He was not pushing any pace. And Steve was on his ass. The fight was 1-1, right? That was third round. I think it was 1-1 or 2
That
to
was
1. But
garbage. He was up 2-0.
Steve was putting it on him. Like, Steve could be here fighting Davison. I hate Moreno for that. I would have preferred to lose like whatever it was, 1K or whatever. Like honestly, and have Steve fight Davison here. Could you imagine Davison versus Steve in Rio de Janeiro? Instant classic.
All right. Any last words?
Yeah.
Any
Do you want to have
thoughts?
like a friendly bet? That guy gave me an idea.
What?
Like if Glover, Davison, and Ryan Garcia all three win, you have to get the Danny Sabatello haircut with the yellow hair and everything.
Okay, I'll do it. But if all three win, you have to get Danny Sabatello haircut.
No, not that one. You have to ask something different.
Why? I think that's a good one. Like loser gets the haircut.
I'm not doing that. Pick another thing.
All right, I'll think of something. Oh no, let me think of something now before we.
It's going to be crazy when Andrew's here, like doing the podcast with Danny Sabatello hair.
All right, we'll think of something before Saturday.
Okay, okay. We'll make it official on Twitter.
Yeah. All right. Peace, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Sure, man.